The Elementary Show. Why is the sky blue? Have you ever wondered why the sky is blue? Let's find out. Sunlight may look white, but it's actually made up of all the colors of the rainbow. When sunlight enters Earth's atmosphere, it meets tiny gas molecules. Blue light scatters more than other colors because it has shorter, smaller waves. That's why the sky looks blue. At sunset, the light travels through more of the atmosphere, scattering blue light away and leaving behind red and orange colors. And in space, where there's no atmosphere, there's nothing to scatter the light, so the sky looks completely black. So, the next time you look up at a blue sky, you'll know exactly why it looks that way. The Elementary Show. Why is the sea salty? If you've ever tasted seawater, you know it's salty. But why? Where does all the salt come from? It all starts on land. Rain falls on mountains and ground, then flows into rivers. Water dissolves salts and minerals from rocks. The river carries these dissolved salts to the seas and oceans. But why don't rivers become salty? Rivers are constantly flowing, and fresh water evaporates into the atmosphere, leaving the salt behind. Over millions of years, the oceans have become very salty. Water in the oceans keeps evaporating, but the salt remains. That's why the sea is so salty. Now you know where all that salt in seawater comes from. Next time you're at the beach, you can share this fact with your friends. The Elementary Show. Why does the moon change shape? Sometimes the moon looks like a full circle, other times just a thin crescent. But why does it change shape? The moon doesn't shine on its own. We see it because sunlight reflects off its surface. But the moon moves around the Earth, and each day we see a different portion of it lit by the sun. This is called the phases of the moon. When the moon is between the sun and Earth, we can barely see it. That's a new moon. When it's fully lit, we call it a full moon. The moon's phases repeat every 29.5 days. So, if today you see a crescent moon, in a couple of weeks, it will be round again. Now you know why the moon changes shape. Watch its phases and see how it grows and shrinks. The Elementary Show. Why does it rain? Have you ever wondered where rain comes from? Let's find out. It all starts with water. When the sun heats up oceans, rivers, and lakes, the water evaporates, turning into invisible vapor. High in the sky, the vapor cools down and turns into tiny water droplets. These droplets gather to form clouds. When the droplets in the clouds become too heavy, they fall to the ground as rain. The water returns to rivers and oceans, and the cycle starts all over again. This is called the water cycle. Rain helps plants grow, fills rivers, and gives us fresh water. Without it, life wouldn't exist. Now you know why it rains. Next time you see dark clouds, you'll know that rain is on the way. The Elementary Show. Why can birds fly? Have you ever wondered why birds can fly while we can't? Birds have strong wings and lightweight bones. Their wings create lift by pushing air downward, which helps them overcome gravity. Airplanes use the same principle. Their wings are designed to create lift, just like birds. But not all birds can fly. Some, like penguins and ostriches, evolved for swimming or running instead. Birds use their wings, lightweight bodies, and strong muscles to soar through the skies. Isn't nature amazing?